What's cooking, Valhalla? Missed me? Today, as promised, I'm bringing you an in-depth guide all about gems. We'll focus on two big topics. First, how to farm gems efficiently with just one account, and second, how to spend them. We won't get into multi-accounting today, but I want you to know it exists out there if you're curious. Some folks addressed also third-party site as our sponsor. Running multiple accounts yourself is the exact same thing, they're just getting paid for it. I'm not promoting any shady methods here, just sharing information so everyone can decide for themselves what path they want to take. Before we dive in, a quick shout out to our sponsor. They've been around over a decade and are your go-to spot for in-game goodies, including gems for Odin Valhalla Rising. Want to check them out? Hit the link in the description and use code GATSU at checkout to get 5% off everything. Alright, let's dive into how you actually get gems in this game. I know, it feels like every guide mentions alt characters, but that's just the way this game works. Think of your main account as your powerhouse for big stuff, but honestly, every character matters if you want to maximize those gem gains. The trick is simple, dedicate time to each character daily. The more alts you play, ideally 3 or even 5 if you can afford it, the bigger your earnings will be over time. Run all their activities, especially the gold dungeons, and watch the gold pile up fast. Generally, we are talking about tons of gold. The main source of gold will come out of pits, right? But cycling all the down missions and all the gold dungeons for 5 characters is more than a decent amount of gold earnings daily. Once the daily dungeons are unlocked on its alt character, and you can do that of course on your main, start selling those excess materials from these runs for gems instead of selling them for gold. You won't feel the lack of gold anyway if you're juggling up to 5 characters. You will always find buyers because not everyone wants to grind with multiple characters, and hoarding them and wait for the prices to go higher is also a very smart decision. As you level up further, new crafting material dungeons open too. They take time to juggle all those with 5 characters as well, but offer valuable loot that sells well on the market. Enhancement materials that are unbound are available for selling. So here's my tip, cycle through all the available activities with each character every day, even if it takes effort at first, and soon enough, gem grinding will feel automatic. Another great way to earn gems on both your main and alts is by selling excess and bound materials. You will get tons of this as you play multiple characters. Don't hesitate to sell what you can. The buyers, usually players would rather pay than grind, so they want convenience over effort. That's how the game economy works. Grinders like us put in time, spenders buy our loot for gems or gold instead. It balances out. Looking ahead, once you unlock the prison dungeon, underground prison, you will have 8 hours per week with each character there. My tip, when your characters are strong enough to auto-farm without burning through potions, set them overnight in prison runs for max efficiency. Personally, I plan 2 days just for collection items overnight and 5 days prison runs as a phase grind. It really pays off long term. And don't forget, even rare drops from these dungeons can bring in a ton of gems if sold at the right time. It might take some time for free-to-play players reach at that point, but it's good to know from now to set up your plan. Everything I've mentioned so far is part of your daily routine. Yeah, it can feel like a job sometimes, but that's just the reality if you want steady gem income without spending real money. If you want to boost your gains even more, try farming spots where rare crafting materials drop, especially those blue mana imbued essence. They sell well every day, however, the price is falling, but still it's a decent income. White collection items are also valuable since everybody needs them, especially those for accuracy nodes, and especially those dropping from elites. Look at this price, right? And here's another tip, if you don't need blue gear right away, go ahead and sell any extra mystery crystals from party dungeons too, if it happens to drop. They have solid value on the market so far, and you can buy them back when the price drops. Speaking of the auction house, I've got to be real with you. I'm not great at it. There are smart strategies out there, like buying low and selling high, just like in the stock market. But honestly, that's not my strength. Luckily, some guildmates of mine totally crush it on auctions. They haven't spent even $100 on the game, but somehow they reached 16k, almost 70k combat power just by flipping items smartly. I wanted to mention this because if you are good at tracking prices and making trades, there is serious potential here, even without spending actual money. I might convince one of my guildmates to share their tips in a future video, or if another creator puts out a solid guide about auctioning, I will definitely review it for you all here. Last thing I want to mention, even if it feels overwhelming sometimes, I owe it to you guys to share everything I know. Crafting materials can sell for a good amount too. If you head to less crowded spots and manually gather these resources, you will always have something valuable to sell. I won't go deep into this since another creator has already made a perfect video, a full guide on this topic. Xiendong, if I pronounce him correctly, made a solid video about it, so I will drop the link in my description so you can check it out if you're interested. Big shout out to him. The upside, materials are guaranteed drops. So technically your gem income never runs dry. But honestly, gathering takes serious time, so decide if it's worth your grind. Now that we've covered how to stack up gems, let's talk about where to spend them. Especially if you're free to play. First priority, grab one or two of those blue stones to craft your blue weapon. It gives you a big CP boost and prices are dropping all the time. You won't need over 300 gems for this. Next up, unlock those extra alt character slots. No explanation needed. It just means more daily rewards if you can handle running 5 characters instead of 3. Even if you don't do every activity with each alt daily, just cycling town missions or gold dungeons if you can will add up your gold pretty fast. However, you do care more about completing one time your main story, as feats in general will provide you a lot of gold and a lot of gacha tickets. Looking ahead, focus on expanding your inventory slots. Trust me, between quest rewards and dungeon loot later on in the game, you will fill up quick. I would recommend opening at least 50 to 100 more slots, up to 150 or 200, depending on how much grinding you're planning long term. Personally, I bought all my bug space early on, so I wouldn't have to stress later about gem spending. I'm in for the long haul. After these essentials are sorted out, use any extra gems on hard to get materials, like the mystery crystals, the mana imbued essences, not basic crafting materials from town quests, as you have to be patient here. Investing in rare upgrade items pays off way more than random gacha pulls at the start for sure. Now if you want to skip ahead to blue gear before expanding your inventory, go for it. It all depends on your playstyle. If you're running out of space because you love collecting or enhancing items, invest in more slots if needed. But if you are pushing hard for blue gear and you don't mind dissolving your extra materials right away, focus on the gear. From here on, most of what I share will be more general, unless we discover something new or game-changing together. Don't forget, we are still hanging out every Monday on live streams. I might even add another stream day soon, so we can catch up and track your progress. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya!